You know how I mentioned that for the right call, I will break format in the opening segment for the right call. This would constitute the right call, assuming it's the right guy and Hawk didn't just get deked badly. I'll know it when I go to him. This guy's won the Smackoff. In fact, I want to talk about Smackoff RSVPs a little bit later on. There was speculation that this guy who has not called the show in several years may show up the day of the Smackoff. Even better, he may show up on May 3rd if it is who he says it is. Let's go to the phones. Richmond. Jeff in Richmond. I hope, for your sake, Hawk, and you didn't get played. Let's go there right now. I break format, opening segment, telephone call. Jeff, what's going on, brother?
Jim, thanks for the vine, and thanks for the time. And, Jim, let me first of all say, Jim, to the millions, Jim, and the millions of my peeps across the fruited plain, Jim, that finally, Jim, the dirtiest player in the game, Jeff from Richmond, has come back to the Jim Rome Show. And let me say for the record, Jim, that anytime you and that slackered XR4 TI crew see Jeff from Richmond on the marquee, there's one thing I can guarantee you, Jim, and that is this, Jim, that business is about to pick up. Clones, what do you think about the dramatic return of Jeff from Richmond? It doesn't matter what you think, clones. Jim, I know you and the morally bankrupt clones have a lot of questions to ask the chosen one, Jeff from Richmond, and let me answer emphatically, Jim, by saying yes, Jim. Yes, Jeff from Richmond still wears closely cropped lettuce. Yes, Jim, Jeff from Richmond, after all these years, still has a combination of the boyish good looks of Tom Cruise and Broadway Joe Willie Namath in his prime. Yes, Jim, Jeff from Richmond still loves to bump around in a fine luxury sled here in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. And yes, Jim, Jeff from Richmond still loves to roll out of the rack each and every morning, enjoying the fit and feel of a $3,500 custom-made Armani suit. And finally, Jim, Jeff from Richmond, after all these years, still dwells in an exclusive 10-acre countryside estate, Jim, the biggest house on the biggest hill in the biggest part of town. And I wanted to mention that, Jim, because when I was waiting on hold dealing with the Hawk man, I came to the realization, Jim, that I simply have not been giving myself enough credit lately. Close, the bottom line is this: whether you like it or you don't like it, learn to love it, because Jeff from Richmond is back in the great Commonwealth of Virginia for cutting-edge sports analysis and some smack. You need look no further, Jim, than the Commonwealth. We are your hookup. Holler if you hear me. Moving along, Jim, I'm sure the CBS suits like Tyler Hale swarm around you after each and every show in their horn-rimmed glasses and their polyester microfiber J.C. Penney attire, saying things like, well, Jim, those were some extremely strong takes, and those clones were quite entertaining. Memo to all you CBS suits: you should never, and I mean ever, doubt the creative ability and skill set of Mr. Jim Rome. Flip the show on at noon Eastern, flip the show off at 3 p.m., and let Rome do his thing. Finally, Jim, very quickly, how jacked up do you think Jeff from Richmond was, Jim, on November the 9th, 2016, Jim, when the greatest smack runner in the history of the jungle, Donald from Manhattan, stepped on the biggest political stage and captured the most coveted prize in all of politics? Jim, the bottom line is this: Kanye West and I believe in our hearts that Donald from Manhattan will make America safe again. Donald from Manhattan will make America strong again. And most importantly, Jim, Donald from Manhattan will make America great again. Jim, thank you for your time. Aloha means goodbye. War Commonwealth of Virginia. War Jake and Rogan. Rome helping revive the Rat family. War Matt from L.A. and Edward James almost having the same facial cleansing process. War Mr. Automatic J. Stu without the nicks and cuts of a blade. And until next time, Jim.
Good night now! Jeff in Richmond, he's back. Hey, Jeff, I got to get out. Rogan Loam appreciates the shout out, though. He's back. That is, in fact, Jeff in Richmond.